Okay, let's look at the armbar from the back. Just sit in your butt, bro. So let's just say we are in the back position. I've got harness control, and I've taken Declan to the underhook side. Now, whether I choose to go for the armbar and abandon the choke, or maybe Declan digs his heels into the mat and kind of butt scoops down a little bit to do that butt scoop escape, and I've lost kind of the profile of his head. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So from this position, it's all about getting an open elbow. Stay tight, bro. It's all about getting an open elbow on the underhook side. So from there, I'm just going to release harness, and I'm just going to pull his elbow away from his body. Okay, it doesn't matter if he's hanging on with that hand, doesn't really matter. So once I have that, right, and I have the open elbow, the armbar is there, but Declan can just close that down by getting his ear back to the shoulder. Just put your feet on the mat and just bridge back up again. Yes. So the way now he's got his head back up. So once I actually, from our position, and I get this hand comes over and makes a wedge. Try to bring your head back now. Okay. Now, two things I want to be thinking about. I cannot let Declan get my foot on the mat and he gets his hip over it, or my foot between his legs and pinch your knees. Alright, this sucks. So once I am in this position, this free foot is going to come up high. Alright, and now from there, it's just a matter of pushing on the head, open elbow. So to get the bite first, okay, my leg comes over with a flared knee. So the knee's pointing to my right. See the way it's there? Then to get the armbar, the heel goes out and the knee comes in. Okay, one more time on that. Now I can get this, maybe I prefer arm bars and sucker chokes, even if Declan doesn't butt scoop down, you know, and his head's still at my head level. Okay, so the first thing I'm thinking about is I release harness, I grab his tricep, I get an open elbow, and then I make that brace. Okay. Now if he tries to get his head back, it's difficult because I've made a wedge, and then the bottom foot, I can put the foot on the hip and just keep it high. So if you try to get rid of the bottom leg, try to get your hip over it, perfect. And now from there, my right leg comes over with the knee pointing out. Now I don't really have the profile here, okay, to finish the armbar until I point my knee in and turn my heel out, and that's what gets me into the Juji Gatami position. I'll just use Frankie so you can see, bro. So, say we're in harness position, okay, and I go to the underhook side, or Frankie, he'll dictate, he can bring his feet towards his butt and push towards the underhook side. Nice. So from there, all I'm thinking about is grabbing his tricep and opening out his elbow. Immediately the choking hand comes over and makes the wedge. That's the detail. Because if not, he can bring his head back. You know, he'll never get his elbow back to his body, but he can bring his head back up again. That's not going to happen. So once I'm there, foot can go on the hip and he just raises this up high. And now from there, the detail is knee pointing out the way first, foot towards me, and then to get the bite, knee in, heel out, which takes him over. You could do similar from the Chimera trap. Say I was here, some people prefer that. So say we're in seatbelt and I fall this side and I feel I'm going to go for the armbar. Okay, I can grab the wrist and switch to the Chimera trap. Okay, so now from this position, I can put my foot on the hip and making sure my heel is high. The only detail is I want to make sure if I have the Chimera trap, it's not with the tricep. That's not going to stop his head. I need the forearm here. Okay, and again I can use that. Once I get the leg over with a flared knee, the detail is knee to the inside, heel to the outside. And then we can start, if he makes his grips and stuff, we've already covered all that. So that is your armbar from the back. Ideally, it would be if you lost the choking line, where in other words you butt scoop down and you didn't have the options for the choke. But if you're good at arm bars and you decide that that's the route you want to go down, let's drill that one, guys.